morning, good morning, good morning. It's your girl, Becky D, live in the morning, 5 days a week at 7 a.m. You guys, today, of course, if you hear like signals and all that stuff, I like to be on the go when I'm doing my podcast. So forgive me. Also, I like, being in the moment. So if it takes me about 20 minutes to get to work, then that's about how long the podcast is going to be. And that's the average time it takes the average person to get to work, right? 15, 20 minutes. So that's just something that I've actually became accustomed to doing. Like I say, I love it because I'm in my purest thoughts. But that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about being in a new mind with old surroundings, okay? As you guys know, I like to always have my hand in several different things. And so with me not being able to fully be me lately, I have simply just returned back to one of my true loves, one of my true jobs. And I love it. I love the family that I have there. I love the environment. That's one of the healthiest jobs that I've had in a very long time. And I love everything about it. But the welcoming that I always get when I've been away for a little bit is amazing. And it's always appreciated. But some people are like, you talk about the newness, but it seems like you keep going back to old things. Not necessarily, right? There's always something new about something old, okay? Now, I can't speak for people, but we could definitely hit on places, right? So when you talk about people, you always have to be conscious of the fact that they can lie. They have tongues, they can lie. I don't know how many times I've been told that growing up, they got a tongue, they can lie. And that is extremely true. So you just kind of have to be mindful of that. Be like, all right, no. You have a tongue, you can lie, all right? So you always have to try to read people to the best of your ability because that's always a possibility, all right? Always a possibility that someone could indeed be not giving you the full story and just like, making stuff up, quote unquote. All right, dude, you ain't gotta let me in. Go ahead. All right. So those are things that you always want to be mindful of. When it comes to places and businesses and stuff like that, there's always change of leadership almost every single day. Okay. Literally, policies change, everything is constantly changing. And so you want to just sometimes that leadership change needs to be there in order for you to go back. And it happens. And you're like, you know what? There's been a new leadership change. Some people we even call you like, hey, yeah, we got a whole new staff here. Why don't you come back and give us a shot? Right? And is it worth it? For some people, yes. For some people, no. Because sometimes the environment is just toxic. All right. And it is what it is. You can't change that. You can't make it different. It just is what it is. So you kind of have to just assess and see what the situation is. I can't speak again on every single situation because each situation is different. Now, with people, there are some people, they may change. Some may be quick. Some may be forever. Some may happen overnight. It just all depends on the person, the circumstance, and all that jazz. Now, I can't speak for your situation again, and I'm gonna keep stressing that because some people, they hear stuff on TV and internet and social media and all these different forms of communication, and you're just like, oh no, it's golden, it's gospel. No. Always assess your situation first before you just like, that's true. Okay, always got to do that. So for just people in general, you want to be mindful of the fact that change can be quick, but is not a guarantee. Okay. some change is false and it's just to lure you back in. And I have to stress that because it's happened to me firsthand. They'll be like, oh no, like I'm a completely different person now. And they're saying everything that you gave them, right? Because you're like, no, you just kept lying and you kept cheating. And, and they're just going down, everything that they've done that's really upset you and that you can't stand anymore. You're not going to take anymore. And you're just like, no, I don't do any of that anymore. And now I go to church and I do all this stuff. And you're just like, believing it, right? Because you only have their words to go off of. I saw the most important post the other day, and it was like, don't believe their words, believe their actions. And that is so true. So, so true. Don't know how many people grew up with the phrase, do as I say is not as I do. But it's hard to do that when you're going off of actions a lot of times. So it's a contradiction in our world, and we do need to get rid of that phrase because it's backwards, right? Sometimes might need to be, don't do as I say, do as I do, because I need to be that model and example of what you're looking at. So you need that person to model the words that they are saying, point blank, period. Now, when it comes to relationships, you always want to guard your heart, guard your mind, spirit, and all the nine, because if not, they'll find that loophole, they'll find your soft spot, especially if it's somebody been talking to before. They know all your weaknesses in a sense. And so they're going to play on it and they're going to dance on it and they're going to try to lure you in with that. All right. But be strong, my friend. Okay. Be strong. They are designed in their heads to trap you with that. Right. So they're telling you all these changes they've made. You get probably like a solid month into it and you see it, right? You see it like, oh my gosh, they have their completely different person, blase, blase, blase. And soon as you pull the first layer back like an onion, you're like, hold up, wait a minute. So when you say you're going to service on Sunday, you're actually going to a bar with your friends. Got it. Okay. And, you start to see the things unfold here. And you're like, you know what? I messed up. And it's okay. That goes a part of the planning, right? You're like, I made a mistake. I'm not ready for this relationship. You don't have to tell them, oh, you're a liar and this and that, because all that does is stir the pot. And then they're able to lie to you again and lure you back in. All you got to say is, you know what? I don't think I'm ready for this relationship. You're not technically taking the fullness of it. You're just nicing it up so you can get out and get out quick. You're just like, it's me, it's not you kind of situation. But it's more formal if you ask me. It's like, I'm not ready for this relationship again. I thank you for what we have put into this. But I think I need more time. And some people are very combative. It's okay. Let them be combative. All right. But make sure you understand that you're taking a stand and you're going to stand on it. All right. I heard like a lot of people saying nowadays, 10 toes down. I don't know what that means. Because if you're standing, but I get it. That's my mind. I don't know. Somebody said like a lot of people my age like to overthink. It's okay. It's okay. So, that's for the lion, oh, I'm a changed person kind of thing. Now, there are some people who've taken the years, maybe they went and did some form of revival of themselves and they've, come in touch with their inner self and their inner child and just healed all the past and they're in a better spot. That can happen. That does happen. I don't know how many people I've come in contact with that have literally came across some childhood friends and they're like, oh my gosh, they're a completely different person than they were in high school. And that's true. Now that's enough time for somebody to do some changes. All right. When high school till you about like 30, 40, that's plenty of time. Okay. But you're actually seeing it because if you're able to say that, that means you haven't had a lot of word interactions. You're physically seeing it. You're like, oh no, this person, has really changed some things around. Maybe they were just like, like a chain smoker or something like that. And you couldn't really stand that part of them. Now they're, all sitting there not smoking anything, taking trips instead and stuff. Hey, whatever floats your boat. I don't know your situation. The thing is, time, understanding, and awareness, okay? Time, understanding, and awareness are the keys to this whole ordeal of newness, right? I barely see people go back to a job in under a year unless it was just a financial thing, all right? I mean, I'm being so serious. It's either like a year to 2 years, and sometimes a little bit longer than that. But they know there needs to be time in order for the structure of the company to change. And then they go back with an understanding that, okay, I now have to guard myself. I am giving them a second chance to, show me that they have changed things around. And I am now more aware of what I need to watch out for. Okay. When you're little and your parents told you not to touch the stove because it was hot, come on, half of us was like, bet, say less, I'm gonna touch it, right? I mean, if that wasn't you, then good. You was a good kid, right? But you have more than likely set your hand on a hot stove. Hopefully it only took you the one time to learn that actually kind of burned a little bit and it can have side effects, right? Now, if you're one of those people that have to keep doing stuff in order to learn the lesson, then you may take a little longer to grasp this concept. But your growth is coming and your newness is coming. So you'll be able to understand, like, okay, that's hot. I don't need to rest my hand on it. Let it cool off before I rest my hand on the stovetop, okay? I am so cautious of stovetops now. It's not even funny. I'm so glad that they have the little sensors on them to let you know the stovetop is still hot. That has been very, very beneficial. I thank the person who created that. I don't even know who put that one little feature into stoves, but thank you, because that has saved my hand a million times and over. So again, I don't know who you are, but thank you. But that's, one of the things that we always have to be cautious of. Like, I should have learned from this. I know better. What am I doing? Right? And then people were like, oh, but you were so happy. What do you mean? It's not working out and this and that. It's okay. You can be happy for a day, and then the next day the job is making you mad, and the day after that you're extremely pissed off, and then the fourth day you're having a blast and you're back to normal. It happens. Jobs have mood swings because of different energies in the building. Relationship have mood swings because it's more than one energy in the room or building. There's several external factors that have to be taken into, right? So you're not going to make your judgment based off of one day unless it is awful. If it's that awful, jump ship, the whole Titanic thing, just do what you got to do. Kick Jack off the boat and, you stay on the door by yourself. Just saying, Jack could have fit on the door. All right. So I think that's one phrase that is never going to die. Jack could have fit on the door. Now we're all, we've mapped it out, had the schematics and everything, AI, the whole 9 yards, and we're seeing that he can fit. Just saying. All right, we're digressing now. So use that time, have that understanding, and keep that awareness. And I guarantee that you'll be able to have some new inside of the old. Without a doubt. Relationship, finances, whatever the case may be, okay? So me, I am a frequent movie goer. I haven't kept it up like I did pre-COVID and a little bit post-COVID. But literally after school, when I get done teaching, you could find me in the movie theater 98% of the time. Not even going to make it up. But you also had to look at my financial situation at the time. So I did not have any major streaming services. I had Prime, and I think I had 2 others that was tied into Prime, like the little other channels that you can get with it. But other than that, I, 1-bedroom apartment. I had internet, lights and water was included in the apartment, and I think I had to pay for something else external. But it was like, the water and something else was included in the apartment, and then I had to pay for the lights. So it's like, little to no bills. I'm eating out all the time anyway, so I don't have a grocery bill, and I really don't have any entertainment at home. So going to movie theaters was my form of entertainment, especially to eat in movie theaters. That was like a 2-for-1 special for me. I was like, what? Okay, today they got like happy hour at this time where you get the little small bites because I don't eat a lot of food. So it's like, yeah, I can just, get a small plate for like cheaper than normal, get my popcorn, watch a good movie, have a great laugh, go home, go to bed, and start the day over again. So that was me, right? So then once I stopped, because I saw how much it started to cost me, I, stopped. But now I'm starting to see a habit pick back up, right? Again, this is dealing with, new in the old of finances. So now that I have seen the way that it can start to add up, I'm being wiser with it now. So I'm taking an old habit and taking my new way of thinking and applying it a smarter way. So now I only go when a movie has been out for a minute, unless it's like, I gotta see it now kind of thing. Because then the movie is actually cheaper. There's less people in the theater. And also, AMC, I'm not selling anything. Again, I don't make any money off this. It's not a promo. But AMC has the premiere, and I can't remember the other one. Little kind of account setup thingy, membership, where, Stubs and Premiere. That's the two. Where, you can see a movie for a set price. And you guys literally can't make this up. Whitney Houston movie that came out. I saw it again after it had left the stream like 2 weeks later. It was around my birthday. So I had a birthday coupon from them. I already had racked up some points to get some stuff off of my food. And at the time, they had just sent me something else for a free snack from the concessions. I literally paid $5 for the entire experience. Okay. And I took somebody with me. That's saying a lot. Like, we had popcorn, drinks, snacks, saw the movie and everything for $5. Okay. So now I'm being wiser with it. It's like, okay, I pay it yearly. So it's, the one coming out, and I make sure I get my money's worth. So if I know like the tickets are going to be $30, for this movie and that movie, I kind of added up and I was like, you know what? I've already, overpaid for this membership. Well, underpaid, I'm sorry. And now I'm just reaping the benefits because I let my money stack up and there it goes. I'm being wiser about it, right? Not eating takeout as much. And if you're really good, you just put the snacks in your pocket from like the store because it's cheaper and it's the same thing. But but I still get my popcorn from there, okay? But the candy, like the Skittles, I just put it in my pocket. Like, honestly, today I don't think they really care because somebody walked in with like a whole like pizza box and they didn't even say a word. And I was like, oh, this what we doing now? Just say the word, y'all. I'll spend a little bit less money on y'all concessions. But there's ways to, still kind of revisit some topics financially in the new way of thinking. That's what that long explanation was, all right? Not that I'm about to go see a movie here soon. I don't think there's anything good out. That's also been a saving grace because I'm really picky about my movies, so it has to be really good for me to go and see it. But you guys, you gotta think on it, all right? Give it that time, have that understanding, and be aware. That's all I'm saying, all right? Sit down with yourself again today if you need to and write it all out. In fact, you got the whole weekend because guess what? It's Friday, baby, all right? And you're about to have the best Friday, the best weekend of your life in your new mindset, in your new way of thinking, in your new way of doing things in life, all right? You got this. And if nobody else in the world tells you today, you're loved, all right? Not only by me, but by somebody else that you may not have even met yet, all right? Just remember that. A lot of people don't hear that enough. And I try not to say it too often because then it loses value and it loses its strength in this word. So just know that you're loved by me and by some other random stranger in the world today. My name is Becky D with Becky D in the Morning, and I'll be talking with you all on Monday morning.